In this video, I will be playing the Island Boys video that got deleted from my YouTube channel. So stick around to the end of the video if you guys want to watch that video, because some of you guys probably missed it. If you follow me on Instagram, then you guys already know that YouTube deleted 3 of my videos back to back within 2 days. And it was the weirdest thing ever, because 5 days ago I dropped a Zac Efron video, and 20 minutes after I dropped that video, YouTube deleted my Ice Spice, Glorilla, and Chrisean Rock video, where I basically exposed all 3 of those characters. And that was a big video, you know, it had 80,000 views. So that video really woke up a lot of people. You guys can read their reasoning as to why they deleted my video. But basically my conclusion was, after I rewatched the video, I realized why they deleted it. Because I exposed how all 3 of these characters are inverts, you know, transformers. You know, this is why I use these words, because they're very sensitive when we expose that celebrities are inverted. You know, I can't say the word, unfortunately, on YouTube, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And if not, people in the comments will fill you in. But basically, from now on, I will no longer be exposing how celebrities are inverted, because in this video, I really went into detail about why these 3 celebrities in particular looked very masculine. And unfortunately, you can't do that no more on YouTube. So from now on, if you guys want those type of videos, you know, those transformer inverted investigation videos where we go into detail showing how all celebrities are inverted, if you guys want to watch those type of videos, go subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description. Me and Devon Sade will be making videos like that on there. And we already have a few investigation videos on there about this topic, so you guys can go check those out. And I will be re-uploading the original video of this Ice Spice, Glorilla, and Chrisean Rock video on my Patreon. So if you guys want to watch the original video, it's only going to be available on my Patreon. I will be uploading an edited version, which is going to be way shorter, on my second channel. So it sucks that YouTube is doing this now, but that's just the way it is. I'm still going to let you guys know that all celebrities are inverted, but I'm just going to keep it simple. You know, they got mad at me for this video because I really went into detail and I showed proof. So this is why they got mad about that video. Not only did they delete my video, but they also gave me a strike. So that shows that they're really mad when people expose how celebrities are inverted. And the weirdest thing about this was, this video was deleted randomly 20 minutes after I dropped my recent video on Zac Efron. It was the weirdest thing ever, because I've never had that happen to me. Why would this video from 1 year ago get deleted randomly right after I drop a new video? You know, it didn't make sense. And what was even weirder about this is that 10 minutes after they deleted this video, they randomly deleted another one of my videos, which was the LeBron James video that is titled LeBron James Exposed for Doing a Ritual with Bronny James and Gillie the Kid. So they randomly deleted this video because they thought that I showed personal identifiable information. And they even gave me a timestamp of where they believe I exposed personal information. But their reasoning for this was completely wrong, because I checked the timestamp and all I did was show Gillie the Kid's son's public Instagram. So I wasn't going against their rules, because I was showing something that is publicly available, and they were trying to say that I was showing private information. So I appealed the situation and they admitted that my content didn't violate the rules. So this shows that they literally just deleted this video for no reason. The good thing is that they reinstated the video, so you guys can still go watch the video. It's back up now. I'll put a link to this video in the description. I highly recommend you guys watch it. I feel like they wanted to delete it because I really exposed how celebrities are made and what celebrities are in this video. So I have a feeling that's why they targeted this video in particular. So after this happened, I was pretty happy, because even though 2 of my videos got deleted, at least one of them got put back on YouTube. But then a day later, they deleted another video, which was my Island Boys video that is titled "The Music Industry Created the Island Boys to Feminize Men," which is a very true statement. And I will be talking about that later on in the video. So I censored the words that they used to be safe, but you guys can see what those words are. They basically said that they deleted my video for showing provocative content, right? And this is very hypocritical, because all I did was show one picture of the Island Boys kissing, and it wasn't even on the screen for that long. You know, I didn't even show the video of them kissing, and that's not even the issue, because you're allowed to show that stuff. You know, I went on YouTube and I typed in the Island Boys kissing, and there's thousands of videos of them showing them actually kissing and the video and everything. So it makes zero sense that my video was deleted for showing a picture that thousands of other YouTube channels are showing on YouTube. But even though I appealed the situation, they still denied my appeal and they deleted my video. So if you guys want to watch the full version of this video, it is only available on my Patreon. The link is in the description. The video that you guys are watching now is going to be an edited and cut version. So if you guys want to see the full uncut version, it is only available on my Patreon. The link is in the description. And the reason they deleted this video is because I actually exposed a really deep agenda, because I see deeper than the reasoning that they're trying to give for why they delete my stuff. You know, I really analyzed the situation and I really analyzed that video, and I realized they got mad because I really exposed their agenda. You know, there's so many celebrities right now that are promoting this agenda. It's not just the Island Boys. You know, right here we see NBA Youngboy doing very zesty activities. This is why we have to use code words like zesty and fruity and stuff, because for some reason they're very sensitive when we expose that type of stuff. So for those of you that didn't know, this is why I use code words when I expose them. And here's some more celebrities that are promoting the zesty agenda. Here we see Lil Uzi with a pink shirt that is showing his collarbone and it's ripped for some reason. And MGK has been seen wearing the same shirt. And then we see that Dwayne Wade's son is now his daughter. So that's another agenda as well. And then we see that Lil Wop is promoting this agenda. Bad Bunny is also promoting this agenda. He gets his nails done. He's doing one eye symbolism. He gets his makeup done. And he also dresses like a woman. Then we see that Lil Nas X is doing the same thing. He got his nails done, his hair done, his makeup done, and he's dressing like a woman. And the worst part about this is that he dressed up as Nicki Minaj for one of her biggest music videos. So Lil Nas X is letting us know in plain sight that Nicki Minaj and all other female celebrities are actually inverted. Like I said, I can't go too deep into that topic on YouTube, so I'm only going to talk about that on Patreon. So I showed you guys all of those pictures to show you the grand scheme of how they're promoting the zesty agenda onto men. You know, they're trying to turn men into women. And I have an hour-long documentary about this topic on my Patreon. You know, good thing I did it on there, because knowing what I know now, this type of content is not allowed on YouTube. So the link to this video is in the description. And keep in mind, these are just some photos of the zesty agenda in the music industry. There's thousands of other situations where they've promoted this agenda onto men. And even with women, you know, they're trying to turn women into men. And I talked about that in my I Spies, Chrisean Rock, and Glorilla video. So stay tuned for that video. I will be uploading the full version tomorrow on Patreon. So yeah, I just really wanted to record, you know, this little rant about YouTube and how sensitive things are getting, because if you guys remember 6 months ago, they deleted my Lil Durk video because I exposed religion in that video. This gave me a rude awakening that they don't even allow you to expose religion on YouTube. And now we see that they're cracking down on people that expose celebrities for being inverted and transformers. So from now on, if you guys want any of my content exposing religions and celebrities being inverted, it's only going to be up on my Patreon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I really appreciate everyone that supports me on Patreon, because by joining our Patreon, you are directly supporting me and Divine Sade, and this helps us produce more content for you guys. So thank you so much for all your support on Patreon, YouTube, and on our website. We dropped new merch recently on our website, which is divinesade.com. The link's in the description, so you guys can go check that out. And Patreon members get 5% off on all of our merch. So I will be posting the discount code for you guys on Patreon very soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here's the video that I made about the Island Boys. And like I said, the full version is only available on Patreon. The version that you guys are about to see on my second channel is the edited version. So the link to the full video is in the description. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'm out.
And I'm a top. I'm never a bottom. I'm a top. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that, for real. You gotta support me, because you feel me? I like men, and that's just, it is what it is. I'm a top. But I'm a top at the end of the day. That's just what's going on.
So recently the Island Boys have came out the closet with this video of them kissing, right? And many of you guys have asked me to expose them So in this video, I'm going to be exposing their agenda with this nasty video. And I'm also going to show you guys how it was scripted. And then I'm going to expose their other characters as well, because these two characters are not real people. So in that video you guys just seen, Fly Soldier, which is the guy on the left, openly admitted that he likes men. And they always contradict themselves. Later on he said that he was just trolling and that he's actually straight. But all of that is a lie, because we can see all the evidence we need that these two characters are definitely not straight. They put out 2 videos kissing each other in the mouth. And I'm not going to show you guys those videos because I don't want to promote that stuff. But you guys can see by these pictures right here that these two are clearly in love with each other and are pushing this agenda. Not only did they kiss each other, but they also kissed this other guy. And apparently nobody really cared because people wanted to see them kiss each other. And that's what really bothers me about this. They only kissed each other because people didn't like the idea of him kissing a random guy. They wanted him to kiss his twin brother. So this is where I'm disappointed in the fans of these people, because they're the reason that this is even happening. You know, celebrities only put out this type of content if people ask for it. And clearly people wanted to see the Island Boys kiss. Here's a video of them explaining why they did it, because apparently a lot of people were requesting for them to do this.
This was something people were requesting a lot on OnlyFans, I'm guessing?
Yeah, see, we did it with another kid, but we realized like they didn't like it that much, so they was more fond with the idea of 2 twins doing it. So we're like, okay, and it just went along with it.
So you kissed another dude and the people didn't really care about that so much?
No. Yeah.
Interesting.
One of the reasons on why I actually was not having no problem releasing that video is because it's kind of funny how everybody started talking about 2 tatted twins kissing each other. They revolved their whole mindset on that, but when it came to like anything other than that, things don't go that viral. So like if the whole world wasn't up in the head negative, right? Why do you care about 2 twins kissing each other? So I noticed that it was trending. I noticed that it went super viral, but you know, it could be somebody else feeding the homeless. They're not really going to pay attention to that too much. So that's what I find a little bit weird. But
so he made some true points in that video. He said that people's heads are so messed up that they want to see something nasty like that. And so they supplied the demand. And this is where we get into the idea of people are to blame for this and not the celebrities themselves. Because if nobody wanted to see this, they wouldn't have done this. I've noticed celebrities only put out things that people want. So when we see characters like this do something like this, it's because people actually wanted that. And of course they used these characters to do this because, as you can see, the Island Boys equals 303. And this H word that describes men who like men also equals 303 in the same cipher. So the Island Boys were scripted to do these videos and come out the closet, because they're even connected to this G word. As you can see, the Island Boys equals 153. And this fruity G word equals 153 as well. And they both also have the same gematria of 198. And clearly by all the evidence I just showed you, the Island Boys are obviously not straight. But they love to put people in cognitive dissonance, which basically means they like to confuse people, you know, because they put out this fruity content, but then in this video they're saying that they're actually straight. So they're clearly contradicting each other, and this just makes people even more confused, because people who are unconsciously living are going to see this and see them say that they're still straight, and now they believe that you can still be straight even though you kiss another man.
How did you get over that? Were you disgusted by the idea at first, or how, like I don't even know where to go with this. Like how did you feel about it?
I mean, we're twin brothers. We came out the womb together. We grew up together. It's not really disgusting if it's twins. Your friend, you don't really know him like that. We're still hetero. Yeah. So we still. We kind of just made out or whatever. We kissed, and then we just like looked the other way for a few minutes and couldn't like, you know, look at each other, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Just a kiss. So
the Island Boys are really pushing the Zesty agenda right now. And as you can see, they were scripted to do so, because Island Boys equals 238, just like the Zesty agenda. And these characters were obviously industry plants. You know, every celebrity's an industry plant. The Island Boys and Industry Plant have the same gematria of 199. And the nastiest part about this entire situation is the fact that the Island Boys are actually twin brothers. So these two characters are related and they're kissing each other, You know, so not only is that the Zesty agenda, but that's also an agenda to promote this I word, you know, that basically means people who have relations with their family members. And as you can see, that word and Island Boys have the same gematria of 30.
We started off by just showing us like with their underwear on Twitter, and they're like, people were like, it was almost like they're like, you guys won't kiss. And I thought about it like for a couple of days, and I'm like, wait, that'd be a good idea. I did some research on it, like kissing your brother, is it illegal? Is it a problem? Stuff like that. And it's actually not that big of a deal. In some religions they do it. So yeah, I don't know about making out, but kissing, yeah.
The whole point of them doing this is to promote their OnlyFans. So I bet they're pushing an even nastier agenda on there. And I don't even want to know what they're doing on there, but I'm sure it's very nasty because the way he promoted it right here, he said he loves getting kissed. What I noticed is most people are brushing this off because we've been so desensitized with rappers pushing this agenda. But this has to be a new low because right now we see a lot of rappers painting their nails and stuff like that. But we don't really see two rappers kiss each other openly like this. So this agenda is being promoted heavier now because they're really trying to destroy men and masculinity. You know, they want men to be women. And I'm going to drop a documentary on my Patreon tomorrow that goes more into detail on this agenda because it's not just with the media. You know, the media is just one aspect of this agenda, but they're also feminizing men with a lot of food, tap water, plastics, chemicals and deodorants and shampoos and stuff like that, and other stuff that we put on our skin. You know, there's many things that create estrogen when they are consumed. And most people don't even know that this is going on because these chemicals that are in these products are not noticeable. So for example, there's a lot of plastic products that have BPA, and this chemical BPA creates estrogen in the body. And estrogen basically is what makes someone a female. So men are being heavily attacked with estrogen, which is turning them into female. So this is a really deep topic, and it's very important that men know about this, and women, because women are being exposed to too much estrogen, which is bad as well. So if you guys are interested in that topic, subscribe to my Patreon. I'm going to be dropping that documentary tomorrow, so stay tuned for that video. That video contains some of the most important information for men because men are being attacked at an all-time high. And if you're aware of that, then you can stop eating certain things and avoid certain things so that you won't be affected as much. So not only are they pushing that with all these products and food and water, but they're also doing it with these celebrities. And that's why I'm making this video, because if guys are already being feminized with the products that they have and the food that they're consuming, then they're more likely to be influenced by celebrities like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start putting out more celebrities like this. So now let's expose their other characters. The first island boy we're going to expose is Kodiak Red. As you can see, Kodiak Red looks exactly like J.I., the Prince of New York. And if you don't know who that is, he's basically a New York rapper. And as you can see, he looks identical to Kodiak Red from the Island Boys. And that's because these two characters are the same. They even have the same gematria. Kodiak Red equals 324 and J.I. equals 324. So his actual stage name is J.I., but he also calls himself J.I. Prince of New York. And as you can see, Kodiak Red and J.I. Prince of New York have the same gematria of 190. And then J.I. Prince of New York also matches up with the Island Boys with the numbers 72 and 90. So Kodiak Red's real name is Frankie Venegas, and J.I.'s real name is Justin Rivera. So both of their real names have the same gematria in 3 ciphers. They both equal 58, 68, and 86, which is the same number reversed. And then they both equal 67 as well. And I noticed that their first names have the same amount of letters. So Frankie is 6 letters and Justin is 6 letters. And of course, they even have the same gematria as well. Frankie equals 30, just like Justin in the same cipher. And then their last names also have the same gematria. So Venegas and Rivera both equal 73, 37, and 438. And both of these characters are Hispanic, by the way. So that's another connection as well. Also, these characters were born 2 months apart in the same year. So Kodiak Red was born on July 16, 2001. And J.I. was born September 23rd, 2001. So they were born the same year, 2 months apart. And Kodiak Red was scripted to be born in 2001, because Kodiak Red equals 2001 in Gematria. So Kodiak Red is also a recycled name because, you know, he basically turned Kodak Black's name into Kodiak Red. So they love recycling these names because it feels familiar in our mind when we hear it. So therefore we accept that celebrity. But anyways, as you can see, Kodiak Red was born July 16, and J.I. the Prince of New York equals 61, which is 16 in reverse. Then we see that J.I. was born on September 23rd, and his other character is Kodiak Red, and Kodiak Red's first name Frankie equals 32, which is 23 in reverse. And then we also see that Kodiak Red's old stage name, Red 4X, equals 32 as well. And as you can see, this was his older stage name before he changed it to Kodiak Red. Kodiak Red was arrested for domestic battery. So this article says Island Boys Frankie Venegas arrested for domestic battery. I found it interesting that they put his real name here and not his stage name, which is Kodiak Red. And they did it on purpose because, as you guys can see, Frankie Venegas equals 58, and he got arrested on May 8th, which is 58. Also notice how this article was posted at 3:30 p.m., which has the number 33. But anyways, moving along with the number 58, we can see that not only does his name equal 58, but Industry Plant is 58 and Freemasonry is also 58 in the same cipher. So he was arrested on May 8th, 2023, and they came out of the closet on August 1st, 2023. So the duration of these two dates is exactly 85 days, which is 58 in reverse. And as I just showed you guys, his real name equals 58, and the Zesty Agenda is also 58. And then Kodiak Red and Zesty Agenda have the same gematria of 46 in the same cipher. And then his first name Frankie matches up with Zesty with the number 24. And then Frankie Venegas equals 48, just like this H word that describes a man who is not straight. So now let's expose the other island boy, which is Fly Soulja, because his character is based off of Kid Buu, the rapper. And as you guys can see, these two characters look so much alike. So here's another comparison of Kid Buu and Fly Soulja. And they even have the same gematria. Fly Soulja equals 146, and Kid Buu is also 146. And then Kid Buu also matches up with Island Boys with the number 120. So Fly Soulja's real name is Alex Venegas, and Kid Buu's real name is Marquez Lau Santiago. So both of their first and last names have the same gematria of 234. And then both of their first names have the same gematria of 104. And then their last names also have the same gematria of 30 in the same cipher. So clearly these two characters are connected. You know, it's deeper than them just looking alike. This is why I show you guys the gematria connections, so that you guys can see that not only do they look alike, but they also have the same gematria. Like for example right here, both of their real names have the same gematria of 61. And Fly Soulja was born on July 16th, which is 61 in reverse. And Kid Buu's old rap name used to be Humongous the God, and he shortened it to HXTXG. And his old stage name, HXTXG, equals 16, and his other character was born on July 16th. So they have multiple stage names for a reason, because they connect to certain things in gematria. And then we can see that Kid Buu was born on April 11th, and his other character is Fly Soulja. Fly Soulja's real name is Alex, which equals 11 in gematria. Another connection with these two characters is the fact that they both grew up in South Florida. As you can see, Kid Buu grew up in South Florida, and the Island Boys are from West Palm Beach, Florida, which is basically the southern part of Florida. And also, again, these two characters are both Hispanic as well. If you remember, I made a video exposing Kid Buu 10 months ago, and I went more into detail with his character in that video because I exposed how he's scripted with Dragon Ball Z, because his name comes from a Dragon Ball Z character. So if you guys are interested in that video, the link to this video is in the description. In that video, I also exposed another one of his characters, which is August Alsina. As you guys can see, August Alsina and Kid Buu look exactly alike right here. And sure enough, August Alsina is also connected to the Island Boys with the number 49 in the same cipher. And the biggest connection with this is the fact that August Alsina came out the closet when I made that video. And now we see that the Island Boys are coming out the closet as well. And notice the details here, because the Island Boys came out the closet on August 1st. And their other character is August Alsina. So what are the chances that these two characters are the same and they both came out the closet, and his name is August and his other character comes out the closet in August? So this is definitely not a coincidence. And here's some gematria that proves Fly Soldier was scripted to push the Zesty agenda. As you can see, Alex Venegas, which is his real name, and this fruity word that describes a man who's not straight have the same gematria in 4 ciphers. And then we see he also connects to this other word that I cannot say with the number 61 and 70. And then a shortened version of that word equals 21 and 11, just like Alex. And then we see that Alex and this fruity G word have the same gematria of 15 in the same cipher. So when I was doing research for this video, I noticed that Fly Soldier was heavily connected to death. And I noticed that in this picture, he's wearing a Kobe jersey that says Mamba with the number 24. And Kobe's a death faker, so this character might fake his death as well. As you guys can see, the number 24 is connected with the H word and pass away in the same cipher. So this explains why Kobe was a death faker, because he wore the number 24 and pass away is 24. And as you guys can see, Fly Soldier equals 38, just like Killing, in the same cipher too. So there's a high possibility that Fly Soldier might fake his death, or it could be his brother Kodiak Red, because as you guys can see, Island Boy is also 38. So it could be any one of these characters, but it's most likely going to be Fly Soldier because his name directly equals 38. Or it could be one of his other characters, because I noticed all of his other characters are connected to death as well. So Kid Buu and Dead both equal 94. And then Kill equals 44, just like Buu. And Kid Buu died in Dragon Ball Z. Here's the scene where he died. So this could be a hint that Kid Buu the rapper is also going to fake his death. And this is why his old stage name equals 83 in the same cipher as death. And then even their other character, August Alsina, is connected to death as well. Killing is 43 and Alsina is 43. And then his first name is August, which equals 17, just like Kill. The fact that Kill and August have the same gematria shows that there's going to be a lot of death fakers in the month of August. We've already seen a few of them, and I'm sure there's going to be more. So now let's talk about this number 17. So Kill equals 17, and this is another connection to Fly Soldier faking his death, because Fly Soldier has the number 17 tatted on his forehead, and Kill equals 17. And we see that another death faker, XXXTentacion, had the number 17 tatted on his forehead as well. And then Fly Soldier has an album called 17, and X also had an album called 17, and he faked his death. So there's a high possibility that Fly Soldier might fake his death as well. You know, the numbers don't lie. It can't be a coincidence that he's this connected to the word killing. But anyways, now let's talk about how the Island Boys are connected to Jeffrey E and his island. I can't say his name, but you guys should know who I'm talking about by this picture. So this picture went viral because people were saying that this picture of Jeffrey and these two children are the Island Boys. And they came out and said that they're not the kids in the photo. And who knows, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. You know, it's hard to tell. But they do look like them, I will say that, because these two kids look like twins. But even if they're not the kids in this picture, I just find it interesting that they're even connected to this other death faker, Jeffrey E, because he faked his death as well. So this could be more predictive programming that one of the Island Boys is going to fake their death.
Guys, that Jeffrey thing is cap.
I also found it weird that when I was doing research for this video, I typed in Kodiak Red, and in the suggested section, it shows Fly Soldier and Jeffrey. So these two characters are heavily connected, and it's for a reason. And we'll just have to wait and see if one of the Island Boys fakes their death. And by the way, I exposed Jeffrey's wife on my Patreon, so I recommend you guys go watch that video if you haven't. I will be dropping a video exposing all of Jeffrey's characters on Patreon very soon, so stay tuned for that video. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Last thing I want to mention is a few things that I didn't show in my recent video about Mac Miller. So if you guys haven't seen this video, the link is in the description. But basically, after I made the video, I found a video where they questioned Angus Cloud if he would play Mac Miller in a movie, and look at his reaction, because he gets very mad when they ask him this question and he closes the door.
What would it take for you to take a Mac Miller role in a biopic?
I don't know about it.
So that video was interesting because why did he get so mad? And then I found some more predictive programming and scripting with Mac Miller's death. So after I made that video, Mac Miller's channel re-uploaded his album Swimming. And I found it weird because I was like, why are they re-uploading his album from 2018 4 days after Angus Cloud dies? But then I did research and I realized that it was the 5-year anniversary of him dropping his album, because Swimming came out on August 3rd, 2018. So I just find it weird that Angus Cloud dies July 31st, and then 4 days later, they're celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Mac Miller's album. And the weirdest part about all of this is that this album came out on August 3rd. August 3rd in numerical format is 8/3, which is 83. And as we know, murder equals 83. So this character had so much scripting with his death before he died. Here's a clip from his last music video, and pay attention to what he says right here.
So like September I fall down below.
So in that clip, he said, like September I fall. And then 2 months later, he fakes his death in September, because this music video came out on July 12, 2018. And 2 months later, he faked his death on September 7, 2018. And in that clip, he literally said, like September I fall. And then he falls in September. So I just wanted to point this out because this was another huge connection between Mac Miller and Angus Cloud, and some more predictive programming that I found. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to my Patreon. I will be dropping that documentary tomorrow, so stay tuned for that video. And if you haven't watched my recent video about Mac Miller, the link will be on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.
So about a week, not today, but about a week ago, I sold my soul. You understand what I'm saying? And ever since I sold my soul, I haven't been happy ever since. And as if when I was selling my soul, like there was things that I could sacrifice about and stuff like that, and I sacrificed myself.